lo so swat lo but they make here ka ma ta kan in mirror to ya to ta ma kan in so to te nei ni ka so in lo so me da nei la ri re me mo to ne el ki ka especially to to so ni so ya so kan ti de o na de o ne na bila Iba gani ki mahal kasi yung login ko siya na sina report peg kaya siyang kanin orang ni kan orang itu kan siya cái điều đó là tôi là cũng nghe thì lại bắt thấy đâu sao đâu sẽ điều anh cho thì về nga tin anh chat anh W dua kanin anh full timer rambol to anh missionary ya so bangin trong China ni mình đã cần công nhận từ cái là để quy tụ riêng cái sản phẩm hai bộ sơ này. Alright, good evening everyone, and tonight we have with us a very special member, Mr. Bobby, who had come all the way. No, it's okay. Who had come all the way from Manali, and he arrived in Delhi this afternoon, and he had come just to attend this program tonight. So we are really glad. And then he'll be leaving for Manali tomorrow early morning again. So let's remember him in our prayers. Also, he must be really tired. He didn't even get the time to rest yet because he just reached today in this late afternoon. And here we have him with us. And Bobby is our missionary who is working and who is doing his service in our very famous and well-known, our very own Malana, which all of us have heard of several times. And he started his service in Malana from June 2014, which was 2 months back. And it's our first time meeting him today, and we are really excited to see him because, after all, it's always exciting to meet somebody whose name we have already heard so many times. And finally, we are here. I'm very honored that I am given the chance to interview him and to sit with him here and ask him some questions. And we will get to know him better today by asking him, like I said, asking him questions and about his work, his life, and whatever he would like to share with us. And I'm lucky enough to start the questions and ask him whatever question which I want. And in the end, even we will be opening some few minutes for the audience also to ask whatever question which they would like to ask. So Bobby, good evening. We are very happy to have you, and greetings and welcome on behalf of DMG. DMG means Delhi Rizal Chadai Inform, which basically means Delhi Rizal Christian Fellowship. We are very much pleased to have you. And first of all, me and the audience, we would be expecting you to know you more through this interview, and we will expect some brief and quick good answers though. Because we have very limited hour, and still we would like to know, really as detailed as possible about you and the work which you have enjoyed. So can you please tell us your full name, please, Bobby? First.
My name is Bobby, and actual name is Padmakaran. So people know me as Bobby only, sir. So Padmakaran, even if you go back at home and you ask Padmakaran is there, my mother will say no. So I'm not used to it.
We can just call him Bobby, right?
Yeah.
That's comfortable enough for you, I guess. And can you please tell us, where are your parents? Where were you brought up from? How many siblings do you have?
I was born and brought up in Visakhapatnam, Vizag. It's a port city. So in the heart of the city, I was born in my home itself, not in the hospital. And we have 4 siblings. I have another one with me. My brother is working in the Navy, Indian Navy, as a civil technical officer in the submarine section. And I have 2 sisters, younger to me. One, she settled in Nebraska, Lincoln City, as a HR manager in a bank. And the youngest one, she returned back to the States from California. Now she's working in Gitons as an assistant controller of examinations in the engineering and medical university back in Hyderabad and Vizag.
All very gifted. That's nice to hear. And so you're the second.
I'm the second one.
And then what about your educational qualification?
I did my schooling in St. John's in ICSC syllabus itself. And afterwards I did my +2 in Evelyn College, that is intermediate to say, not +2. And afterwards, my degree BCom in Navy College itself, where Sir C.V. Raman has studied in that college.
So that means you're like
BCom.
BCom.
I was a spoiled brat at the time. I was addicted to alcohol at the time, so I just taught my degree itself. I didn't do my PG. Actually, my father wants me to become a doctor, but I didn't even become a compounder.
It's okay. If everyone becomes a doctor, then everyone's aim in life is always a doctor. If everyone becomes a doctor, then who will be the patients? We're all jobless. So it's good that you are not a doctor. I myself, I'm a doctor. So I know how the job is like. So you should feel lucky that you're not. Anyways, okay, are you married?
I am married. I have only one wife. And her name is Suman Devi. She's from Lahore City. Lahore. She's from Jalma. From Kelong, it is another 20 kilometers from Kelong, in Himachal.
So you met her in Himachal?
In Himachal, she came to Christ as a secret believer through an auntie called, we say her Choti auntie from Bunta. She came through her to Christ, but she was a secret believer, and her parents didn't agree for her to come to the church. So when they came to know that she took a baptism in Vaidan Jivan Jyoti Church in Kukan village, she was sent out of her home. So I got married, that's it.
It's kind of a love story though. And so are you blessed with any children?
One son, he is 11 years old, he is going to be 12 this December. So he is bigger than me, taller than me.
Oh, 11 years and taller.
11 years old and he's 104 kilos old. It's almost enough for 3 people. Yeah.
And so he's studying somewhere?
He's studying in Destar School. I shifted him from Vizag to Destar School in 5th standard. Because I kept him in Vizag, he did his 5th grade in the custom notation for keyboard. So after finishing his 5th grade, I just shifted him to Destar.
Okay, so he's in a boarding school?
He's back at home, he's at home.
Okay, with your grandma. That's good. And I heard your wife is a nurse, or she's like...
Yeah, she was a teacher before. She was MA B.Ed. And when we felt that for ministry's sake, health-wise, it is easy for us to penetrate into the community. So she also had the heart to serve the people through medical. So again, she did her GNM nursing on a +2 basis again, back in Vizag. And she finished her nursing there and she came back to Manali again. And now she's working in the Lady Wellington Hospital there.
Okay, that's really nice to hear. And can you please tell us what was your aim in life? You said that you were a naughty, spoiled brat during your college life. And what was your main aim in life actually, like during those days?
I was actually working for a shipping company. We are shipping channelers. We used to supply material for the ships, even from water to whatever they needed. So we made a lot of money from that. And in the shipping field, in those days, I used to have a lot of things on board itself. And I worked for the Ushodaya, the Ramoji Rau's company. It was in the Ushodaya complex where we used to have the ship, it's a ship breaking unit. We used to break the ship into 1 feet and we used to, into pieces. And we used to supply that material for the steel plant for the recycling of the steel. So I was the main contractor for it. So at the time when, because everything was well and I was able to earn money and I was able to earn 2 flats. And I sold, after coming into Christ, I sold one of the flats. So one is still there.
So what was your aim in life?
Aim in life is when I came to know that, because man after birth is a man, bird after birth is a bird, but Christian is not a Christian after birth. So he has to be born again. So when I came to know Christ, that is in the year 91 December, it is through Brother Joe and Jesse, they were both brother and sister. they're having a public meeting in the Lutheran church in Vizag. At that time, I parked my vehicle in the church, but opposite to the vehicle is a bar. So I was in the bar in some other party. So after the time is finished, at around night 11:30, I went to take my vehicle from the church premises. And unexpectedly, the brother, I don't know him before, he's a Tamilian guy, and he doesn't know me also. I could not able to stand, study because of the intoxicant this thing, so I was just waiting for some time to start the vehicle and go away.
That was in
91.
91.
91. So then those people with the church, another youth group, they're coming there, so they also park the vehicles there. And the brother Joe, he came to me and he said, Bobby, what's happening? He's loving you. It was a shocking for me because I don't know him and he doesn't know me. And it's hard for people to love a person who was drunk. Smelly person who was drunk, so it was not that easy. But this God had loved me in that situation. So that love had changed my life.
So that was actually how you got the call.
Yeah.
Okay, so before that, you never actually had an aim in life, I guess. But it was good. I was gonna ask you this, anyways. But it was I'm glad to hear that. And that was in 91. So since that time, you were how old?
91. I was 69, December 7th. No, 69.
Oh, okay. I don't have any time for mathematical calculation, so whatever it is.
22 years old.
Okay, so you actually, you were raised from a Christian family itself, or?
Yeah, I was born and brought up in a Christian family. My great grandfather, just few people I saw from the Mizo books. So back in Andhra, we have an Andhra Christian hymn books. So one of my great grandfather, he wrote some songs in it. Okay. So he was a Lutheran pastor. And people know him, even though he passed away long back, haven't seen it, but still people know him through their songs. Okay. So where all the mainline churches they sing the song. So I was born and brought up in a Christian family. Okay. But because in Vizag there was no Lutheran church at the time, my parents went to a CSI church. So we are members of the CSI church there. I was born and brought up in a CSI church. I took chain baptism maybe in a month old, I don't know. And afterwards, after Bishop came, they gave me a confirmation. But after knowing Christ, again I took baptism and again.
Okay, when did you get baptized and when was this that you got reborn or what you call 91. That the moment when this man came to you, right?
And again I took the baptism in 92. Okay. And 93. I started working among the prisons, AP prisons.
Okay, so that means you immediately responded to the call.
Yeah.
And then you started...
Because I have a heart for the people, because of the lost people, because I did some criminal issues when I was in the shooting field. So I have the heart to reach out to the people in the prisons. So one of my friends, he was the sub-editor of the Indian Express, and he is a PhD in criminology. So he asked me, he knows some person in the Home Department, so through him I could able to get the license to visit all the prisons as a prison chaplain.
Okay. So from 91 you started your service. Alright. And then when did, your main work or your job was visiting the prisons and...
Visiting the prisons, talking to different other people, LGBT people inside the prison who Rajiv Gandhi issue. Okay. So they are in the Vizag prison, so I could able to meet them and they could able to know Christ. And so many issues have been happened. So there's a lot of testimonies inside the prison.
Yeah, I'm sure if there is time later, you can share with us some testimonies if you get from there also. Sure. And so from there, how did you move to Himachal? And from Vizag?
In 95, there was an SMPP meeting. Sami Kamlesh was the founder of President of Missionary Prayer Plan. There was a meeting conducted by EU, Evangelical Union. It was in a hotel. So at that time, I'm a musician myself. So I was playing drums at the time, SPD level. So I was just playing the drums at the time. So I was on the stage itself, just like this. I could able to listen to his report of his missions report of North India and about the Himachal. And when he told that Himachal is one of the least developed states in India, that there is need for the missionaries to go there. And he gave a call from to pray for, according to Matthew 9th chapter 37th verse, pray to the Lord that He may send the workers for the missions. So through that word, he has given his report. So it was touched me. But since 95, I was just thinking how to go to north. Because I haven't moved from Vizag anytime. Vizag, Hyderabad, Hyderabad.
One day, one of them.
Yeah. So I don't know other states and I haven't moved up, so I don't even know the language and all these things. So even though it was the second language was there as a Sanskrit, but I was not much into it. So when I came to know about, they gave me an application to put in application for FMPP and they asked me to join them. And they told we have to go to Bangalore for 2 years and afterwards we will be working under some missionary to South India for 3 years, it is 5 years of course. And afterwards also there is no guarantee that we will be going to North.
Okay.
So I felt like joining it and afterwards on December 25th I invited Victor Katamalla. He is the South Zone Director for YWAM in Hyderabad and he started a base in Vizag. So I invited him for my church as a speaker on December 25th. So meeting him quite often and he used to talk about the missions and all these things. And why don't you join YWAM and through YWAM you can go to any place which you have the vision. So through that I came able to know.
Right, so through YWAM you joined, you came to Himachal?
Yeah, I went to Pune.
Pune first?
Pune first.
Okay.
I did my DTS there and after in my school of contributions.
Training
there. And then I came for the internship to
Okay, Bhutan.
Bhutan.
So how long did you stay there and from there how did you move to Manali?
From 97 December I was there in Bhutan. And 99 Kukan village, some of the youngsters they burned their home there in January 6th, that is on 99. And YWAM wanted to totally close the base there and they wanted to leave away that place because of the threatenings in Bhutan.
Okay.
That was in the year 99. Then I told that I came with a vision and there's another person by name Cecil, he's from Bihar. Now he's also still in Bhutan, in the same building itself. So we both that we came for the vision. So if you people want to leave, please leave. You want to stay back here. And if you want to come back, still we're going to plan to join you also. So they left the place and we are there in Bhutan itself.
So you continued?
We continued there.
Okay. So that means you continued as a personal, under some church again or?
Yeah, we are the church planter there. We work with YWAM. So people came, so new, there are so many new believers there. Still they are strongly there in the Lord now. And some of the believers even started a church in Mandi also, last year itself. So these people they came through us and strengthened them and they are in the missions.
Alright, so I think we have heard enough how he had come from Vizag to how he moved to Himachal and then he started his journey in Manali, right? And then I heard that you have been, let's come directly to Malana now, how you got to know about Malana. I heard that you knew the first missionary which we had in Malana, Samuel. Yeah.
Samuel,
how did you meet him and like that
at that time Samuel was working with Operation Agape and he was in Tela area that is 18 kilometers away from Bhutan on the other side of back of DR village. So he used to work there and because we actually used to be there in Bhutan, he used to visit us. So and then he used to say we are going to Malana. So then let's go.
Okay, so
we used to accompany Samuel to Malana.
So that means that was in 98?
Almost 98, yeah, 98. Weekly once we used to go there. Yeah, at that time there was no road. From Jerry we used to walk for 13 hours. Night we used to stay there. The next day we used to do the prayer walk or meet the people. And third day we used to come back.
Okay. So that means from that time only you had a vision for Malana or what was it like? Or you just blindly went there and accompanied Samuel or was it like you had a vision for Malana?
I had a vision for the Himachal, not for the Malana state.
Okay.
I gave it up because it was the least one state in India. So we wanted to touch each and every single village and to bring down the knowledge of Christ. Where there are no people, I want to go there.
Okay.
That's the reason.
Alright. So now that since '98, you stopped visiting Malana, or this is the
2000,
first time?
after 2000 I've been there. After 2000 to 2014 I haven't been there.
Okay. 2000, 2014, you did not visit Malana.
Yeah, I haven't visited.
Okay, but then you were in Manali, right?
I was in Shishimati or Lakwali area. From Kullu, it is another 18 kilometers interior to the, if you cross that village, you'll be going to the Jogijanagar area from Palampu.
Okay.
So it was in the, yesterday even Auntie doesn't know that place, it was inside the Kullu itself.
Okay.
From Kullu it is 18 kilometers interior place, it's called Lagwari. So I was there in Lagwari.
Okay. So I think Delhi Reserve Chennai, we are very lucky to meet you. I think we knew you through Auntie Moite, who is there in Manali. Like, she had introduced us, she spoke about us, and she said that you had you have been there in Malana before also, and you know the history about that place, and that you would love to work there as a missionary, you continue your service there, right? So we were very glad to hear about this. So since I think you visited again in June. Right? So what was the change which you see between
A lot of
changes, and then like did you start having a vision and
before when we used to go there, they used to go side and never used to talk to us. But now, baito, roti ka ke jao, even asking to eat a bread and go, that itself is a lot of change. And the first visit, when we visited in June, myself and the sister, the old brother who is still in Punta now, we both went there because he was also with us in '98. I told him, I'm going alone, you please come with me. So he also came with me, and we went to Gujran's place, who was the ex-president of the place. And after leaving, we told him, now you close your eyes, we go to pray. So he closed his eyes.
That is a person from Malana.
Person from Malana. So he closed his eyes. When we said Amen, he also said Amen, and we left the place. So before there was no question of praying or closing their eyes or something like that. So by this we can say there is a lot of change.
Yeah, I think